riding in your face, looking like I found a damn genie. Wildin' in my Lamborghini, Lamborghini, Lamborghini. Bitch, I know you see me in my Lamborghini, Lamborghini, Lamborghini. Ride so quick, you would think I'm Houdini. Been in the game since Namco. Bring it back, I'm fully got y'all.
Hello. 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 Oh. UK people in the chat. Hello, good morning. They look awful HD today. Muted? Am I muted? Hello? Is this thing on? Hello? Doc, I'm sucking on a hookah. Doc made me a hookah for this special occasion. He said, Joe, you deserve the best, and it's all tobacco. So today I'm hookahing instead of vaping. I worked hard for this. I had to suck a lot of cock for this. All right, so Welsh, thank you. Today's a special day. My God, I get to talk to one of my friends. This is fun. So, I'll preface by saying that I was truly introduced to Twitch by the man that I'm going to be talking to today. I did not have a proper introduction to Twitch until I met Rajj, and as I refer to him as Austin. And I couldn't be more grateful. Turn my bathroom light off. It's broken. It doesn't turn off. I could not be more grateful for being introduced to Twitch because of this guy. It's you know, I don't think I don't think I would be as happy as I am in my life if I didn't have the opportunity to meet Austin. And I don't want to suck his cock too much because he is a piece of shit, so I don't want to give him too much recognition, but he is a great friend of mine, and I really am thankful for him taking the time out of his day to hang out with me and get interviewed. And then beyond this, at some point I've informed our good friend Lord Kirk to wake up at a certain time so he can join us as well. Hopefully he actually wakes up and joins us, because I think you'd all enjoy that. So this is introspective look. This is episode 38 of my Getting to Know series. I've done 38 interviews. That's a lot of fucking interviews. We've brought in a lot of different people, from like Candyland to Andy Milonakis to God. Fuck, I mean, I can't even remember of everyone. Can you guys remember who else we brought on the show for interviews? There was so many fucking people. It's been a lot of people. Casey Tron, yeah, my God. Iron Mouse, Caterino, twice, the two-timer, Mia Malkova, God, Justin Minks. Wow, we've brought a lot of cool people on here. Canute, yeah, Canute. So it's been a hell of an experience, and I'm very grateful to have it. So let me go ahead and check some stuff out. Let me make sure this works. And excuse me for the scuff stream, because I changed my camera regions around, so this might look a little broken. So forgive me for this. Hold on. Yeah, I knew that was going to be a thing, but we got this part at least, so that's good. Okay, hold on, let's do this. Turn this thing off right here. No. And we'll do this. Right? I think it's like this. No, that's the wrong one again. Sorry, this is my first. I just bought a computer yesterday, so. Oh, Aphrodite. Yeah, we brought in Aphrodite. Is this him right here? Okay, we gotta unmute. Hello?
Hey Joe, how's it going?
Hey, how are you, man?
Good to see you, Joe. How do I look?
I was gonna say you look really good.
Good, thank you.
Yeah.
Do I need to turn off this light?
No. I think it looks good.
Okay.
I was gonna. Did you do your hair today?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. I did it special for you, Joe. Just to make sure I look good and nice for you.
Yeah, you look kind of handsome.
Do I need to lean into the microphone, or can I just sit back?
No,
and
get
relax?
comfortable, baby. Yeah. Look,
All
I
right,
mean,
okay.
Doc made me a fucking hookah, so I'm kicking it right now. I'm full Arab right now.
He made you a hookah?
Yeah, he's like, you know what, friend, you deserve the best today. So he made me a hookah.
Yalla.
Yalla. Yeah.
I'm being interviewed today, Joe. It's not usually like this. I'm usually the one.
I know.
It's
Is it
usually
scary?
the opposite. No, it's not scary at all.
Yeah.
I think I've been interviewed before.
Mhm.
I was on the Misfits podcast. You know, it's all good.
You were
it's all
so.
good. Hello, chat. How
you-
are you? Good to see you.
He was nervous though, chat. Don't let him fool you. He asked me several times if I had my questions prepared because he had to send them to his publicist before.
I tried to get Joe to leak me the questions in advance.
Yeah.
I said, Joe, you got to tell me the questions in advance, and he wouldn't do it.
Wouldn't do it.
He wouldn't. He didn't cave at all to my pressures. So,
Here, let me fix this.
Here we are.
It's a little weird.
Here we are, unprepared, unscripted. I'm normally ready to be scripted with stuff.
Do you actually script your shows?
No.
No.
Nothing is scripted in the Rajj show, Joe. Come on now. Nothing is scripted.
That's the golden question right there.
Yeah. So I like your setup. Your setup's better than mine.
I know, isn't that funny? Someone offered to make this for me, and they're like, "I like what you do. I want to see you make it look better." So they did it.
Well, that's amazing. You know, I wish somebody would do that for me.
Well, I mean, if you sold one of your Lambos, you could probably afford a better production quality on what's going on.
I think so too. I think so too. I mean, it looks great. I like it a lot, Joe. It's fantastic. Thank you for having me, by the way.
Yeah, thanks for being here, man. Do you mind if I call you Austin?
You can call me Austin. You can call me Rajj. You can call me Daddy. It's just whatever you want to.
You want me to call you Daddy?
I mean, that'd be kind of an interesting interview.
Is that what you want? You want me to call you Daddy?
Yeah, you can if you want me to.
Yeah, I can call you Daddy. That's fine. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
All right, Daddy. Yeah. How's your day going, Daddy? Yeah.
It's good. I just woke up.
Yeah.
Actually, I sat in a hot tub last night for about an hour and a half at a friend's house, and then went to bed, and woke up, and here I am. That's my life in the last 24 hours.
Have you ever had sex in a hot tub?
Never had sex in a hot tub.
It's kind of gross.
I just can't really have sex underwater, really.
Yeah.
That's a challenge for me. So, yeah, no. I've never had sex in a hot tub. Ever.
Have you tried to have sex underwater?
You know, sex in the shower just doesn't feel as cool. I don't know, because of water. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just, something about it just can't get hard or something like that. So.
I feel like it's just not the like water as a lubricant is just not enjoyable.
It's not. It really isn't. I mean, when you and I had sex in the shower that one time, it just wasn't the best.
The cleanup was easy though.
Yeah, right. No, absolutely.
It just went right down the drain. Yeah.
Do you know, Joe, there's people out there that literally thought that you were my sugar daddy or something like that.
I remember you telling me about that, yeah.
Yeah, there were people out there like, yeah, Rajj is gay. He's fucking the bald dude.
Everyone thought that. Wait, I thought everyone thought that you and Kirk were fucking each other.
Well, that's still something that people think, which is not true, for the record. My bearded companion is not my fuck buddy. So
yeah, and we don't fuck either.
No,
we haven't had sex.
Can I turn this light off, Joe?
Yeah, go ahead, turn it off. I have natural lighting, baby. Yeah. Yeah, for the record, Kirk would be jealous. Thank you, Kevlar.
That feels better, Joe.
Yeah, I like that. That's much better. Good.
It's a lot better. Okay.
For the record, we have shared hotel rooms before with Lord Kirk. And none of us have had sex. So
zero
sex. Yeah.
Zero sex. And in fact, this is no shot at you, Joe, and no disrespect. It's just you're not really my type. And that's not you're a good-looking guy. It's just you're not my type. We all have types, and you're just not my type.
It's not what you told me when you were deep inside of me.
That's not true. That's not true.
Wait,
it all feels the same.
What about me isn't your type, though?
I don't really like hairy guys, like, and you're just a man. You're very manly. You got chest hair. You got a lot of, you don't have any hair on your head. I mean, that's not a problem, but you're a good-looking guy. I mean, there's no doubt about it. You're a good-looking guy.
Well, you wouldn't hang out with ugly people, right?
No, I don't care if I wouldn't care. I would hang out with people no matter how they look. It doesn't matter how somebody looks.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. If you look the way you look, it doesn't matter to me. So I'm okay. I don't discriminate.
Yeah.
People capping me in the chat already. All right, I can't acknowledge the chat.
No, you can't. You can't read the chat.
It breaks the interview. Third wall of the interview.
This is the third. Yeah, it's the third wall. So, everyone already knows who you are, but I want you to formally introduce yourself.
Guys, hello. My name is Austin or Raj. I run a reality TV based show, multiple different shows on Twitch in the realm of dating and sort of podcasting. And I'm 26 years old.
You're getting old.
And I'm very, very much getting old.
Yeah.
And I've been streaming on Twitch since 2013. And I don't know what else to say.
You've been streaming since 2013?
Yeah, I have. I started in 2013. It's been a long time, but I'm here still in 2020, 7 years later, graying and balding.
Oh, shut up.
So
no,
it's a long.
Your Arab is coming out now. I've told you this the last time we saw each other. I said you're looking more and more Arabic.
Yeah, as I get older, I mean, if people didn't know, I'm Lebanese. But as I get older, I get more. I start to present more of those features. I mean, just a couple of months back, I was in an Uber and some guy started to speak Arabic to me in Anaheim, and he started speaking Arabic to me, and I was like, I don't speak Arabic, and I was like, where are you from? And he said, I'm from Urdun. He was from Urdun. He was from Jordan. So I was thinking about you, Joe. You weren't there though.
Yeah, I know. I think that was the time you and Kirk went to Disneyland and I didn't get invited.
Yeah, that's right. That's very true. So
yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, no coronavirus here, folks.
No,
just a little bit of a allergy cough.
So
what the fuck is up with my hair this way, Joe?
I don't know. It's kind of gnarly. I was gonna say you got a nice little weave going on
right here, like that side. Like what? How is that?
You gotta brush it. You gotta brush
it forward.
Yeah, you gotta brush it.
Oh,
do you have like a comb or something?
No.
No.
Hold on, Betterman.
Onward, sir. Come on, fix the hair. If you were to have a butler, where would he be from? Actually, better question. Where is your butler from currently?
I don't have a butler. If I were to have a butler, where would he be from? He would be British. I think butlers just traditionally, it just fits better if they're British, So I'd say British. Betterman, and his name would be Betterman.
Betterman.
Mm-hmm.
I want to talk about the story of how we met each other.
Sure, let's talk about it. Let us talk about it, Joe.
I want to hear it from what's your perspective?
Well, Joe and I met not at a contrary to popular belief, people might think it's at a gay club. That's not true. Joe and I met. He was working for a company. Do you want to know that?
Yeah, sure.
Know that part?
Yeah, sure.
Joe was working for a company called Wax, and Joe had brought me a deal via Wax, and we had got to talking through that. He had gotten me a pretty cool deal. I don't know if you guys remember, but ! Wax in the channel. Joe's the one that got me that deal, and we met. We had. Because of that, we'd started talking online very briefly, and at TwitchCon, I was being a nice guy, and I was telling him where, he should stay, and I told him about, the hotel that Kirk and I were going to stay at. Mm-hmm. And I'll be honest, I didn't know Joe from Adam, and I didn't know who he was or anything. And we went to, we met him in Berlin. Had no plans to hang out with you, to be completely honest.
No, me neither.
Plans,
yep.
No plans to hang out with you whatsoever. Didn't know you. But we ended up hanging out, and Joe we hit it off with Joe. Kirk and I did, and we ended up spending the entire event together. And I don't really know what else to say, but we really hit it off, and we traveled together thereafter. So
yeah,
pretty cool.
It was from my perspective, it was me flying from Manchester to Berlin, and I was sitting in the front of the airplane, and I saw this person who was like 4'6" walk by, and it was actually Slicker.
Oh, okay.
So he walked by me, and he sat in the back, and then as we were getting off the airplane, I was like, "You look familiar." I was like, "Is your name Slicker?" And he freaked the fuck out because he was like, "Oh my god, somebody notices me? Like, what the hell is going on?" This is, I think, right after he started to pick up steam on your show. And I was like, "No fucking way." I was like, "You're Slicker," and he freaked out. And then he was like, "Oh my god, thank you for whatever." He was so sweet and genuine, and that's when I first knew that I'd always loved Slicker as a person, because he's adorable, right?
He's very sweet. He's very genuine.
And then we got off the airplane, and there was Greek and Grosscore, and then Slicker ran off with them, and I didn't think anything of it. I ended up at the hotel, and I was sitting at the bar, and then Grosscore sat next to me at the bar, and he was talking to me just out of nowhere. Didn't know who he was. And this is the thing that I talked to Raj about too. I didn't know shit about Twitch. I didn't know any of these people, and it didn't matter who they were because I didn't really care. I was literally just there to meet new people and like go for my company. So when I was talking to Grosscore, I didn't know who he was, and I told one of my friends, I was like, "I'm sitting next to this guy named Grosscore," and they're like, "Oh my god, Grosscore, holy shit!" And then Raj and Kirk come into the hotel, and then Grosscore pulls them over, and he's like, "You got to meet my mate Joe," because we became fast friends. And then Raj is like, "Oh my god, Joe," and then that's how, yeah. But
I actually don't remember that at all.
Well, that was the night, because I was drunk. I'll admit to you, I was drunk because I was sad, and I was like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing here. But we made it work, and ever since then, I will say, Austin, that you have been very generous in terms of breaking me into this platform, because you've been so, out of all the people, I never would have expected I don't know how to thank you. That's what I mean. Like, I appreciate you, and you obviously know that, and you know, as a friend, like, we've talked about this before, and like, to have you and Kirk in my life is like despite all this Twitch shit, as people, like, as who you are as people, that's why I liked you guys in the first place. So thanks for being you, man. I appreciate you a lot, and I love you. Yeah,
I love you, Joe. Thank you. It's really truly it's an honor. So it doesn't, Kirk and I mean, I speak like Kirk and I are like representatives of each other, like we're one cohesive unit, but truly Kirk and I we love good people. It doesn't matter really who you are at all. And not to say that you're a nobody, Joe.
No,
but, I mean,
I am. Like, I am.
You know, but it doesn't matter.
But
it doesn't matter.
But since then,
we've mutual, Joe.
Yeah, and we've gone on. I don't even know how many trips we've been on together now since we've met each other.
Many. And Joe has returned the favor. He's you paid for hotel rooms completely for us. Remember that? You know,
a few times. Yeah.
So a few times. Yeah. Hey, I paid for some. The
dinners.
Yeah, Joe's taking us out to some very expensive dinners on accident. Yeah, in the sense that both times he was not supposed to pay for it, but ended up having to pay for it.
Well, the second time,
twice.
The second time, Lambo dude was like a different situation. That was like, there's a caliber of people, and that's just something you don't do. And I had to prove a point.
Let's fill people in. I mean,
okay. Will you tell the story? This is your interview.
Should I? Joe had a friend, really rich guy, had a Lamborghini crusted in diamonds, pulled up in London, and I suppose offered to take several of us out to dinner, which is really nice.
Mm-hmm.
And long story short, went to this really expensive steakhouse, showed the rounds at this hotel that he knew a lot of people at, and then at the end of the dinner, I think the expectation, or just custom, would be that the person that invited everybody out to dinner would pay for the dinner.
Yeah.
But then Joe ended up picking up the entire 2,000-pound tab or whatever.
Well, it was back and forth. Like, I'm a man of dignity, right? And you know that. Like, it was in the beginning, it was like bullshit, and he was like, yeah, he's like, I'll take care of it. Don't worry about it, right? I was like, yeah, sure. Fucking perfect. Yeah, let's go with that. That's fine. And then halfway through, he's like, you know what? Why don't we just chop it in half, huh? And I was like, sure. Yeah, let's do that. Let's chop the bill in half. Not a big deal, right?
Yeah.
And then at the end, he was like, you know what? I'll do 250 pounds, huh? How's that sound? And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll take care of it. And then that's when I paid for the whole fucking bill. And I regret it to this day. But I did it to prove a point, to not let him.
And Joe tells the guy after the ultimate power move, he tells the guy, he says, you come to New York, I'm going to take you out to dinner and I'm going to pay for it.
I did say that. Yeah. Yeah, I did say that.
Anyways, I would hope that the guy didn't mean anything by it. I don't hate him or anything.
No, me neither. Yeah.
I mean, I don't hope the guy I don't think he was doing it intentionally.
Yeah, no.
The way he came off. So, but yeah.
So were you on Twitch when it was called Justin.tv? Because I heard about No?
I was on Twitch when it was called Twitch.
Okay.
So when Twitch came to be Twitch, I was on Twitch. I didn't even know what Justin TV was. It was a gaming platform by the time I got on here.
Yeah.
And then, I was here to witness all the changes, the old Twitch, when there was no rules, it was a wild, wild west. I mean, Twitch admins used to come into your channel and like, you would be breaking like today's standards, you would like be banned. Yeah. But back then Twitch staff would come in and be like laughing and cheering you on. And it was just crazy back in the day. So virtually no rule. I used to prank call on Twitch, back in the day.
Yeah.
And obviously that's changed. And now I'm a TOS Andy, as people call me.
Is it against the law to prank call people?
It's a very gray area, I suppose. Yeah. I don't think it's legal. No. It depends on the state, but it's not legal. So.
There's someone I know.
There's a lot of liability on behalf of Twitch for that.
There's someone I know that's very good at it, that prank calls QVC all the time, and I'm a big fan of whenever they do
it. Who does that?
It's a mutual friend that we both share.
Oh yeah, Kirk. Kirk loves to prank call.
Dude, his prank calls
we don't record it at all, but he loves to prank call in the middle. We'll get really wasted at an event and at night, and really just plastered drunk. I mean, I'll be sober.
You're sober, yeah.
I'll be sober, but middle of the night, 3 in the morning at an event at a hotel, and we'll prank call the 1-800 infomercial number for hours on the TV.
Yeah.
Granted, we're a couple of grown men calling, doing voices, impersonating people, calling these infomercials in the middle of the night.
It's fun.
It's fun. It's a lot of fun.
So, you started off on Twitch doing RuneScape?
Yes.
What was that? What was that like? Have you always been a RuneScape player? Like, were you always a PC person, or?
Yeah, I started playing RuneScape in 2005. Introduced by my very best friend, not Kirk at the time, and he picked it up on miniclip.com. I don't know if you've ever heard of Miniclip, but he picked it up on miniclip.com, and we started from there, and I started the game as a joke. I created a character, and it was like really ugly, and the name was really messed up. And then I really got passionate about the game, but I just started as a fucking joke. I was just like, I think my character was Kill Me Please or something like that.
Yeah.
And like, it was just raggedy clothes and just red hair, flaming red hair. And it was just like a beard. It was just like a really ugly character. And because I just didn't think I was going to ever play this game. And then I ended up playing it, and it was my passion. Had a lot of times, a lot of fun times, met a lot of cool people. But yeah, it was a big part of my childhood, I'd say. So
I never played RuneScape, and I've said that to you before. And Kirk has been trying to convince me to play it forever, and I don't think I could ever. It looks like it doesn't look very fun to me. But
well, you know, it's just part of your childhood. I mean, I don't know how to describe it. You learn so much about RuneScape. I mean, I learned how to type. I learned how to be a prostitute. You know, I talk about that.
I think you mentioned that. Yeah,
you learn how to hustle. I mean, you dance in the middle of Varrock Square for money. You know, from the very early ages. You know, I think I lost my virginity upstairs in the Varrock West Bank. You know, it's just you learn a lot.
Yeah,
you learn a lot in RuneScape. It teaches you a lot of life lessons and how the economy works, how an economy works, and supply and demand, and how to socialize in a community. And I think a lot of those things are really important skills that I have today.
I learned a lot of that stuff from Star Wars Galaxies. That was the game I played.
Okay.
Did you ever hear that one before?
No, never.
That was like the first MMO version of a Star Wars game. It was like EverQuest on crack. Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And, how long did you play that for?
Oh man, like 3 years. And then I learned how to socialize through video games. Okay. Like, do you feel like you became more like sociable and like extroverted by playing video games online?
I was always extroverted. Well, I don't want to say that I'm extroverted now, but I was always. I don't think video games helped me become more extroverted. I think I was just always had that sort of tendency. But if I was ever shy or anything like that, it helped quite a bit. I think break out of my shell. You know, so it helped quite a lot. I'd say
there was a lot of weird things though, because like I'll never forget the day that I learned about like a compass and how it worked through World of Warcraft. Like northeast, southwest. Like they didn't teach me that in school, and I also went to like a dumpster fire school. So I got to learn about I learned how to become social because of video games. That's when I became social.
Yeah, I learned how to interact online with video games. I mean, you know, I played a lot of Flight Simulator growing up, a lot of Flight Simulator. I learned in that, you know, how to interact and build a community sort of, and that's kind of the skills that carried me into what I do now sort of, you know.
When did you get into becoming a content creator?
It started when I was playing RuneScape, really, and I started playing RuneScape, and I didn't really know what you know, I was kind of popular within like the pure clanning community.
Yeah.
And I kind of had made a name for myself there, and it just kind of was the first stepping stone or building block to, you know, jumping into YouTube and then jumping into Twitch.
Did you start on YouTube?
Very briefly on YouTube. I'm talking like maybe a couple thousand subscribers, and then I jumped into Twitch from there, and then I just kind of neglected my YouTube following for quite some time after that. And then jumped into from YouTube to Twitch, and then, you know, the rest is sort of history, I suppose.
Did you what are you laughing about?
I don't know, it's just fucking stupid.
Yeah.
The rest is history. Like
the rest is history.
You know.
But I've said this to you before, like I think your career is just starting now.
You think so?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would hope so. I mean, I'm 26 years old. I feel like I've got a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
And you know, I have a lot of things I want to accomplish, so I hope it's just starting, you know. I feel like I've been very fortunate to be in the position that I'm at now, and I hope I can continue to grow from it.
Have you found a cultural wealth advisor yet?
Oh, yeah. No, I have not. Joe told me that I need somebody to tell me how to be rich, or something like that. And I'm not rich. I'm not wealthy. I'm not rich. But he told me if I do become wealthy or rich, I need a cultural wealth advisor that tells me what to buy to make myself like, you know, like, oh no, no, we don't fly coach.
No.
You know, or something like that. I don't know.
Sorry, I only drink blonde coffee. Not yes.
What determines? I don't know what is considered wealthy or
I don't
rich.
know either.
To me, wealthy and rich would be somebody that is retired and doesn't have to work a day in their life. I'm not in that position. I have to work.
Yeah.
If I don't work, I could stop working for a period of time and I'd survive, but I would eventually be broke. So I cannot retire.
Let's address that too, because like everyone on Twitch thinks you're like a multi fucking millionaire and that you drive a Lambo. Did the Lambo joke happen because of the photo that you had me take when we were in Berlin of that green Lambo, or was there something before that?
No, there was, the reason we took that photo was the meme, of the Lambo.
Okay.
I've never owned a Lamborghini. I've never even come close to owning a Lamborghini.
You've sat in a Lamborghini.
I've sat in a Lamborghini.
Yeah.
I've never even wanted a Lamborghini, but Hassan, my good friend Hassan, started this meme because he kind of, he's from a political standpoint, he's very much grassroots, for the people, person, and I agree with most of his views, or a lot of them. I don't know all his views, but a lot of them I agree with. But he, when I came on the stream, he kind of painted me as sort of like this, because I had a lot of viewers on Twitch. He'd be like, he kind of painted me as this out of touch millionaire, and that's where the Lambo meme came from. Yeah. So, but I've never owned a Lambo, and in fact, I think at the time that the meme started, I think I had a Camry, like a Toyota Camry.
Really?
Yeah. And I don't have that car anymore, but
still not a Lambo. Yeah.
You know me personally. Joe he has visited me. He knows I don't have a Lambo. I have a nice car, but it's not a Lamborghini.
He drives it like it's a Lambo. That's for sure.
I do. It's a nice car, but it's not like it's not a car that that is a Lambo.
You're not an out of touch millionaire.
It's not even a head turning car, really.
You're not an out of touch millionaire. You're an out of touch driver.
What do you mean by that?
You're fucking horrible.
Excuse me, I am not a horrible driver.
You and Kirk are two of the worst fucking drivers I've ever been in a car with in my life.
That is rude. That is extremely rude. Don't listen to Joe, okay? He's old and he's out of touch.
What? All right? What the fuck?
He's old and he's out of touch, and he doesn't it's not the 40s anymore, Joe. We drive with speed and purpose.
Okay, dude. Let's be real for a second. In a 30-mile-an-hour zone, Austin will slam on the gas. The gas. Just to pump it to 39. To rail his brakes down to a fucking dust and then stop.
That's right. That's right. It's fun. You drive it like a car. You know what I mean? You drive it like it's meant to be driven. You push it to its limits.
Yeah.
But Joe, you described that accurately.
I did,
and I think that describes me accurately.
It does.
I won't break the law. Yeah. Like I'll floor it to the speed limit, and then I'll stop. So like if it's a 30-mile-an-hour zone, I'm off the light really quick, and I floor it, but then I stop. I slow down.
That is what you do.
No breaking the law. I don't want to do that.
1 mile over, and you're like sweating and having a panic attack.
Well, not quite. I go maybe five over max.
Yeah.
5 over max.
Yeah.
So, but no, truly, I don't. Look, I do very well for myself. I'd say, I do very well. I'm very lucky. I do very well, monetarily for my age group. But I'm not a multimillionaire by any means.
Not to gas you up, but you did work hard for it, and you were consistent, and you brought something different. That's what you did. Yeah,
I think so.
So I think
I have a hard time admitting that. I feel like it comes off as arrogant if I say I worked hard for it.
I don't think so.
But, I'm proud of what I've accomplished.
Yeah, and you graduated. You went to college. You graduated, right?
I did. I graduated with a degree.
Yeah.
I have a bachelor's degree. Yep. So I'm proud of that. I'm proud of that accomplishment. I was happy to get it done with. It was a very challenging time for me because I don't feel like my brain is the brain that is suitable for college and higher level education, but I was able to do it, and I bullshitted my way through college. I don't know how I did it. Somehow I was able to get it through. I'll tell you a story.
Yeah.
don't know how much time we have, but
We're good.
I'll tell you a story. One time, and this is one of my most terrifying times in college, where I almost didn't make it. I graduated with probably a 3.3 average, probably,
That's
which is
pretty
okay.
good. Yeah.
It's an okay average. I was a solid B+ student, I'd say. Pretty solid B+ student. Throughout my whole high school, college career.
That's good though. That's good.
Yeah, solid B+.
Better than me.
So, but there was a time in my career where I was trying to get into the business school in college, and I was failing this accounting course. And had I not passed this accounting course, I would have had to take another year of college.
Oh,
like
no.
it would have set me back a year, because I would have had to go through the process again and get into the class again, and it would have taken forever. So it set me back pretty much a year. And I had a C in the class, okay? And there was nothing that could be done to get my grade, and I needed a B or something to get into the business school. And there was I'm sorry, I think I needed an A.
Were you going? Was it like your master's or something?
No. This is just to get into the business school, because
Okay,
in order, when you get your bachelor's degree, you have to get into a school of business. There's like school of journalism, school of business.
Yeah.
Yada yada yada. So I had a C in the class, or maybe I was failing. Let me get this straight before I tell the story. I was practically failing the class. I needed a B, and I didn't have any path to get there. So I went and basically told the teacher, hey, look, I know this stuff on the test. I know the stuff. I know I can get a good grade on the final. Would you help me if I get a good grade on the final? And the teacher said, you know what? If you get a on the final, A-, whatever, 90% or above, I will give you a B in the class, and then you'll able to get into business school.
Wow.
And so I go look at the final score after I've taken the test. I studied for hours. I took the test, and I look at the score, and I look at the test, and I got a B on the test.
Fucker.
It's like, fuck, you got to be kidding me. And then I go look at the final grades for the class, and he gave me a B in the class.
Wow.
He gave me the B.
What a guy.
And I was like, what? And so I went later to thank him at his office hours. I went to talk to him, and I went to thank him, and he said, you know what? You really knew your stuff. I said, and I didn't want to say, but I thought you told me that I needed to get an A. I didn't get an A. And to this day, I don't know whether he was just doing it out of the kindness of his heart, and he didn't want to see me go another year in college and waste all that money for no reason, or he just messed up and forgot what he promised. I still to this day don't know, but I didn't want to correct him, because what if he went back and was like, oh, I made a mistake, and then he changed my thing. So that teacher, I don't remember his name, actually.
Maybe he liked it that you approached him and you were upfront with him.
Maybe. Truth be told, that teacher didn't remember me either. He even told me, this teacher said, you know what? You remind me of my own son. Said, you remind me of my own son. And and he said, I've never seen anybody do what you've done. Come to where you were and failing as badly as you were, and turn it around to where you did. He said, I've never seen anything like it before. And he told me this. And I came back to him the next year to try to talk to him. And he's like, who are you? He had no idea who it was.
Huh?
Yeah. So anyway, that's a college story.
This is bringing it back to about you not being a millionaire. Raj, talk a little bit about your clothing style, because I know you went and got dripped out by Hassan one time, but I know how you dress, and I know that you don't buy name brand clothing.
No.
And
I mean, if you consider American Eagle name brand, I don't. I mean, I don't wear I don't have really the greatest style. I mean, most of the days that I live, I wear sweatpants and a sweatshirt. And I don't shop very much. Occasionally, before like an event like TwitchCon or something like that, I'll go buy like a nice outfit or something. A nice few outfits. But it'll be from like one of my favorite stores right now is Buckle.
I like Buckle.
But I'll be honest, like the most, when I go out and buy a bunch of clothes for an event, the most I'll spend is like $500 probably.
Yeah.
That's like the most I'll ever spend on clothes. I just don't. I can't justify spending that much money on clothes. It just doesn't make sense to me. I feel like I feel guilty. Like, you know, when you buy something and you feel like, oh man, that's how I feel when I buy clothes.
Well, you pull off your style good though, dude. Like, I thought that you were wearing expensive clothes, and then I realized that it was all American Eagle, pretty much. You know, and like there was that I forgot what event it was. It was the event where you had boots, because you usually wear Vans or something like that.
Yeah, right.
You wore boots.
Oh yeah, Chelsea boots.
Chelsea boots.
Yeah, and they were like $50 from this buckle
I
store.
thought they were really expensive. I was like, what are those, like $400?
No, they're like $50. And look, and I see people saying $400 is like a designer outfit. First of all, no. Second of all, I get a lot of clothes for $500. It's not like that's not one outfit. That's like several pants, shirts, you know, and that's, look, if unless you're going to like, unless you're going thrift shopping, $500 is not a terrible amount to spend on clothes, especially when you're buying like a crap ton of them. So I would say that, right? Is that accurate, Joe? Or
I would say, yeah, that's accurate. Yeah. I would say it's accurate. So when did the Rajj show become like a really popular thing? Like what, like, cause you've been doing it did you start it from RuneScape?
Yeah. I want to go back to the clothes thing real quick.
Okay. Go back to it. Yeah. Finish it. Yeah.
One time I spent my face cam stream that I came out on face cam for the first time ever. That outfit I was wearing that day, that outfit cost $1,200.
Whoa.
And I took it back.
You're an out of touch millionaire, dude.
No, I bought it for $1,200 and I couldn't stomach it, so I returned it the next day. And I bought it from Nordstrom and I returned it all. The shoes, everything.
Wow. What did it look like?
Everything. It was just, well, okay, in all fairness, the jeans bled onto the shoes and the shirt, so it ruined everything.
Wait, I thought you meant like in style.
No. Like the jeans, they were dark blue jeans, and they bled onto the shirt and the shoes. So, and on top of that, I took the clothes back in a different city. I bought them in Los Angeles, and I returned them in Nashville, Tennessee.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was weird. But anyway, sorry.
No, I was curious about, like, because when I heard about the Rajj show, I think it was a Royale, and it was like, I think you had like 8,000 viewers. It was like 8 or 10,000 viewers. And how long, that was in 2018? So how long had you been doing that show for? Or like the Rajj show?
So it started with, you know, one day I was kind of at a crossroads. I was like, okay, what am I going to do on Twitch? I was 25 years old. I was like, you know, the money was good. You know, it was good. And it's not about the money. I want to make that clear. Yeah. It's like nothing to do with that. But, you know, so that was never an issue. But I always like to feel like I'm growing, or I'm getting somewhere or doing something. So I was just like, okay, well, I'm going to try something on Twitch that we'll see what happens. I'm going to go back to my roots, as I say, which I don't know. Before, you know, when I started on Twitch, a lot of what I did was walk in circles on RuneScape and bring people into Discord and talk to them. That's what I did for ages. Yeah. But there was not an IRL section. There wasn't a just chatting section. So like, it just didn't, there was really nothing. It was against the rules. You had to be playing a game. So anyhow, I invited Jenna, you guys know Jenna, onto the show, and Jenna and I just kind of, I put her on camera and we just kind of chatted back and forth, and that's how it started. And then slowly but surely it molded into Jenna, and then we added another girl, and then another girl, and another girl. And then pretty soon it kind of took the form of 4 girls in the screen, and then eventually we started bringing guys on camera, and we moved to the just chatting section from RuneScape, and then we started turning them into shows. So like we had Twitch Tinder, where we would swipe on the guys on camera, and then we had like King of the Hill, which we still have, or and we did like double blind dating. We did a show called Next, where it was like inspired by that old MTV show where like the girls would have buzzers and buzz people when they didn't like them. And so we created and started cultivating all these shows in formats. And then came the Rajj Royale, and that actually was a show that happened on Thursdays, and it was an elimination-based podcast. It used to be you used to vote to. Well, let me explain what the show is, just in case. It's basically a podcast. It's elimination-based. People come in to debate particular current events topics. There's 10 people, and the audience eliminates one person per round. Used to be that the audience, the person with the most amount of votes, was just eliminated, right? Then we realized that the chat would just eliminate the content first, and then we switched it to like keep, not kick. So then, like, you voted for the person with the most amount of votes eliminates between the two lowest amount of voted people, and then that's kind of the process that you see now. And then we got the Rajjchelor in January of 2019, and that's pretty much, we haven't really added anything to the portfolio since then. So there's not really been a new show since then. We have the talent shows. The talent shows were a big part of things. We did those. We used to do those once a week, and then that kind of is too much to keep up on.
Did you ever think that you would be in the position you're at right now on Twitch? Did you like have a plan, or were you just like working towards like doing cool shit or shit that you thought was cool?
I don't think that. I mean, I'd be lying to you if I were to sit here and be like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna pull 70,000 viewers." Oh yeah, totally. I'd be lying to you. Like, I don't think that I really expected it to get as big as it did. But I also wasn't surprised, if that makes sense. Like, I believed in what we did. I believed in that it was entertaining. I believed that it had a lot of potential. And I still believe that.
Yeah.
But was I, of course, you're always surprised when it happens. You're like, oh shit, this thing I believed in actually came to fruition, And I've kind of been riding that belief from the time that I kind of started, started streaming, or started doing this. Is I always believed in something, and I feel like I'm very lucky and fortunate that what I believed in, came to fruition. I mean, I'm very lucky. Every day I'm like, holy shit, pinch me, this is incredible.
I think it's got to be pretty fucking surreal. I mean,
it is.
Yeah.
I mean, growing up, I was always like passionate about being on stage in some capacity. Like, I always wanted to be an entertainment personality in some respect. It started in the form of like wanting to be like a singer and like a professional musician.
You do have a great voice when you sing.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm not like really. It's not like my main
don't sell
thing.
yourself short, but yeah.
But I always wanted to do something like that, and so to like actually be living my dream is really cool. So,
I think it's pretty funny to know that you are like the most interesting thing about your show is how it platforms people. I think, and obviously, like me living with Doc, like I see that happen all the time, right?
Yeah, Doc's the main recruiter.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Keep talking, I can hear you.
Oh, you're good. So like the fact that like all these people who, anyone like say someone from the chat could just come on and become like the next big thing on Twitch and ride this huge wave of success and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Do you are you very like subjective about who you bring on your show now because of the opportunities that you give people?
Yeah, I mean, we have to make a decision. I mean, at the end of the day, we have to make a choice on who we're going to put on the show. And what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that question? Can you clarify that?
Yeah. Since you know that there's a lot of people that want to take advantage of the situation and try to get platformed because that's what you can do. Are you very picky about the type of people you bring on the show now as opposed to how you used to do it in the past? Because before you used to let pretty much anyone who's a character on the show, but now it seems like you kind of tuned it a little bit. Or do you think it's still the same?
I mean, look, I'm a big advocate for people growing their brand and like growing their personality, and that you should absolutely be using my show as an opportunity to make a name for yourself, in a way that obviously doesn't break any rules, or obviously we have boundaries, but like I want people to make a name for themselves.
How does it feel?
I think it would be selfish I think it would be selfish for me to expect people to come on my show, give it all they got, and gain nothing.
Yeah.
I want people to gain something from it. So,
how does it feel to know that? How does it feel to know that you can, like, really, your show, not you personally, but your show can make or break someone's career on Twitch?
I don't believe that it could break somebody's career. I think that somebody could come on and not have a good showing, but I don't think it'll break your career.
Right.
Sure, if you come on and you say something egregious, it could break your career. But that's just, you could say that anywhere and it would break your career. Right. So, but making it, it could, and I don't even believe it makes your career. I think you make your career. You know, people make their own career.
Right.
So, like, if you come on my show and you get popular, it wasn't because of my show. Maybe the show helped you, but it didn't. You made your own career. Like, you know, you look at somebody like Slicker and somebody like that. Slicker made his own career. He was the one that had to earn the respect of my audience to take over to hit for himself. He did the work for himself. I didn't make him. He made himself.
He made himself.
I gave him a platform that arguably accelerated that process, but it didn't. He didn't, like. I don't like the notion that that I made him, and it's incredibly frustrating for me that people think like they try to fight for that. Like, no, Rajj didn't make him. I agree with you. He made himself. So don't try to make it seem like I think that, because I don't. He made himself. So,
a little bit more of a personal question, because I know you just recently came out about it, but why did it take you so long to come out that you were gay on Twitch?
Well, first of all, I'd like to say that sexuality is very complex. It's very complex. It's not, you have feelings, and this is a very important for people to understand. And
mostly
it took
gay.
me a while.
Sorry.
And sexuality is on a spectrum, right? It's on a spectrum, and we all sit on that spectrum somewhere.
Yeah.
And the feelings you feel for your sexuality and like the attraction that you have, they come way before you have the language to describe what that means. The language that we have, straight, gay, bisexual, whatever, is humans' like obsession with trying to assign a meaning to the way we feel. But sexuality, it spreads on a spectrum, so it's not so simple. It really isn't as simple as, oh, I'm bisexual, oh, I'm straight, I'm whatever. We truly don't have words to describe what sexuality is humans. So the best we can do is we can come up with words that kind of describe what I'm explaining. And that is I'm a little bit of this, maybe I'm a little bit of that. You know, it's kind of, I'm not sure, you know, if people ask like what percentage, you know, I don't know. It's just kind of like a feeling. So I'd say the reason why it took me so long to come out on Twitch is really, you grow up and your parents or your grandparents or your uncles and aunts, they all have an expectation for you. And that's, you're going to grow up, you're going to marry a woman, and you're going to have kids, and you're, you know, and so that expectation put on you kind of creates a conflict, because you have certain feelings like, well, I'm like attracted to guys, like that doesn't fit into the, doesn't fit into the mold.
Were you brought up religious at all?
No.
Okay.
I mean, sort of. I mean, yes. Like I wasn't able to watch Harry Potter because it was like against the Bible or whatever. So sort of religious, but not like strictly religious. Like my mom listened to 50 Cent, and you know, I mean, you know, my mom listened to gangster rap at periods in my life. Yeah, I mean, I have a cool mom. But you know, like I wasn't like supposed to like listen to only Christian music or anything.
Even you don't.
But there was weird things, like I wasn't able to watch Pokimane or Pokimane. God. Oh my God. Pokemon.
Most people aren't allowed to watch Pokimane.
You're living rent free in my head, not Pokimane. Sorry, Pokemon. Pokemon, not Pokimane. Sorry, that was a mistake. I'm sorry. Yeah, but it was like interesting. So I wasn't really raised religious, but at the same time, like still, it's hard to come to terms with your sexuality.
Yeah.
Especially when people thought I was straight. I mean, you look at me and
Yeah.
people think I'm straight. So
Well, they see
to answer
like
your question, why it took me so long, it's more so it's just a process of self-discovery and becoming comfortable with who you are.
You know,
And I don't know why it takes so long. It's just
Yeah.
for me, it took a while.
you know what I wanted to say? I knew you were gay. I knew you were.
Whatever.
Fuck, I
I'm
fucking
not
suck
gonna
at
be
this.
offended.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be
I knew you were gay because you hold such good relationships with women and you have not fucked up any of them. And they've all continuously came on your show. Because if you were straight, there's a good chance that you could fuck up one of those by being like, you know, fucking up somehow. And you, yeah, and you obviously did not do that.
Yeah.
So that's how I knew.
No, I never had it. There was really no. There's really no attraction physically to any of the women that have come on my show. Like, and I mean that in the most respectful way possible. Like, they're very beautiful women that have been through my show. I mean, for God's sake, intergalactic porn sensation Mia Malkova,
I know,
has been on my show, and
Yeah.
she's amazing. I mean, she's got an iconic backside. I mean, it's like iconic, right?
It's iconic.
Like, it's one of the most beautiful things that mankind has ever seen.
It's like a moon landing.
But I'm not attracted to her sexually, right? You know, but we're great friends and we hang out, and I adore her. I think she's great, and but I'm very happy with that I can have relationships with women and I don't feel the urge to like be sexually involved with them at all.
I think that's probably, I would say that's probably why you have been so successful. I would say, I think because you have set your boundaries, I think that you have been able to keep close relationships with a lot of these women on the platform, and that they've been able to, you know, it's been mutual for the both of you.
I would hope that I would be able to do it even if I was straight.
Yeah. I would hope so too.
You know, I would hope so, because I mean, there will be a time when I'm going to have to deal with a lot of gay men too. So, you know, I'm sure I'm going to have a dating show that I'm going to have to recruit for that are going to be all my type, and I'll have to deal with that.
That's going to be hard.
You know,
what is your type?
I like, I mean, I guess traditionally you would call it twink, I suppose. Is that, I guess,
sure, yeah.
I don't know. But like twunk, I don't know. Gay, there's like gay lingo for like all sorts of like, you know.
I was told that I was a twunk.
No, you're not.
What is a twunk? It's a hunky.
Twunk is like like me, sort of.
You're a twunk?
Sort of, yeah. It's like a
Thank you, Joe.
Sort of.
Yeah.
It's like a muscly twink. I've been called twunk or a jock. Maybe I'm a jock.
I am not muscly at all.
No. You're more like an otter, Joe.
An otter?
You're like an otter.
What is that? Yeah, like I slide around on the floor and
you're like a slender, hairy man.
Slender, hairy man? Does that mean I'm like I slide? Am I made of oil?
No, you're just like
slippery.
Hold on, let me look it up. You're just kind of like a. Well, maybe you're not an otter. Otter's like a muscular. You're just kind of like a daddy, I think.
I only have one muscle, and it's the only muscle that matters.
That's true. Very true. He's talking about his cock.
Oh!
Yeah. Sorry, sponsors.
Sorry. So,
but
an otter then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. But anyway, as you were saying.
Yeah. And then can I ask too? Like, you've had sex with women before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you gone down on a woman before?
Yes. I think. Yeah, I have. It's been 6 years since the last time I slept with a woman. Now 7, actually.
Really?
No, 6. It's been 6.
What was it that just like really turned you off?
I wouldn't call it turning off. I just wouldn't call it turning on. You know?
That's diplomatic of
like
you.
nothing. I was never grossed out by a woman.
Yeah.
I've never been grossed out by a woman. Like there's people on the spectrum that are just just like grossed out by women. I'm not grossed out by women. Let's be completely clear here. It just didn't turn me on. You know, like a vagina doesn't turn me on. I mean, I shouldn't say that. Sometimes it does. Like I've jerked off to vaginas. I mean, I don't know
recently?
how to really. No, not recently. Again, it's really complicated, Joe, and I struggle to really explain it.
I know I was just gonna like you got to understand, right? A person like you with your level of influence can change the perspective of hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people over the course of your lifetime, right? And you carry a responsibility now because of your influence to push a positive narrative, right? In one way or another.
Let me say, I feel that way, but that should not be the pressure put on everybody. I feel that way, but I don't think that it's an obligation that I have.
I agree. It's not an obligation, but knowing the person that you are, and as a personal relationship like we have, I think that you should.
Okay. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
I feel like I should too.
Yes, and I reinforce your thoughts, and I give my love and affection towards your thoughts.
Well, thank you. Look, again, I feel like I do have a responsibility to educate people as much as I possibly can as I learn, because I don't know everything. About sexuality. I'm still learning, and all I ask for people that don't understand sexuality, like as I don't, is to just be empathetic to people, and just try to understand what they're going through. That's all I ask. I don't ask people to like try to, you don't have to get it, because there's things I don't get, So, but be empathetic. I should say. Yeah.
What's your favorite meal?
Are we done talking about my sexuality already?
No, I do roundabout questions, dude. So I'm gonna jump back to it. Yeah.
What's my favorite meal? Oh man.
Besides ass.
Like meal to have at like a restaurant?
Yeah. And can you cook?
I will tell you my favorite meal. And you're not always in the mood for your favorite meal. Let's be clear about that.
You're not. Yeah.
But favorite meal I'd say is Benihana, Chateaubriand, cooked medium plus maybe just a little bit on the plus side of medium. Chicken fried rice, an extra order of shrimp, not miso soup, but onion soup and the salad, and a virgin strawberry daiquiri with an umbrella and a cherry and a little whipped cream. And that's my favorite meal.
It's actually not a joke about the virgin drinks. There was one time that I ever saw you got drunk, and it was lemon martinis.
Yes, I got plastered.
You got fucking plastered.
It wasn't even lemon martinis. It was it was dirty martinis.
It was It was like a lemon twist of a dirty martini, and you drank 3 of them in like 15 minutes.
Yeah,
that was in Texas.
It was. Yeah, it was in Texas. It was a dirty martini, and there was several of them, and I was fucking wasted. I was like seeing double.
Yeah, that was the first time I've ever. That was the night that Kirk peed on a light socket.
Yeah, that was the night before, I think.
Was it the night before?
Yeah. No, but I was seeing double. Yeah, I was like, can I get a water? And they're like, sir, this is the cloakroom. Just yeah.
So in terms of your sexuality, when did you realize that? Like, what was the age for you? When did you like pick up on your interest in men over women?
I think that you, as with any gay, lesbian, bisexual, whatever you prefer to identify as, with anybody that prefer to identify with other than straight, right?
Yeah.
Heterosexual. I think I join them in, you start connecting the dots, because feelings, as I say, feelings come first.
Mm-hmm.
Feelings come first before you can describe. I want to be clear, and I think and I've just come to that understanding.
Yeah,
I've just come to that understanding. So I don't blame you if you don't understand that. Like, if you don't understand it, But as you grow up, the feelings that you have come before anything. But then as you grow up, you're taught to, this is the way it is, sort of thing.
Yeah.
So as I grew up, and like I actually eventually, like, you come to a point in your life where you have to try to face these feelings and like these attractions.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, that was 22 years old when I had like the first, like, and I had been feeling this for years, but I just suppressed it.
Right.
But 22 is like the first time I was like, I'm going to go experiment for the first time now. And once I like experimented and like I figured out this is what I liked, then I connected the dots to everything when I was growing up. Like, man, that makes sense now when I was like a 5th grader and this guy that I knew moved away, and like I felt something really like painful, and like I really liked him, and he was so hot at the time, and I was like infatuated with him, but like I didn't know what to explain these feelings with, because we're not taught that. Like we're grown up, we're like man and a woman. That's like what we're taught. And so you didn't really know how to explain these feelings. So so you sort of connect the dots. Like I had a truth or dare back when I was like 11 years old with some guy.
Yeah.
And like I made out with him for like, just an uncomfortable amount of time. It was just like really, and I loved it. And I was like, dare me again. This is like when I was 11.
Let's do it
and
again.
We like made out. And this is like, I was like 11 years old. This is like the first, probably now looking back, like the first gay experience that I had. I was 11 years old at a sleepover. And they dared me to kiss him, and I remember thinking he was so hot. And we made out, and I was like, fucking dare me again. And they dared me again. And then it got to a point where we weren't even daring, and we were just making out. It wasn't even a dare,
That's hot.
Yeah, it was so hot. Well, I was 11. I mean,
at
the time. I mean, it was hot at the time, but I was 11. You were like 40, so that's weird, Jim.
I gotta go. I'll be right back. Keep talking.
But anyway, so that's like the first gay experience I had, I think. Moving forward, I think I sent a dick pic when I was 16 at the time. Then I remember that time, that guy who I still know to this day, and we lost contact, but he's gay, which is cool. He's gay. He's out with it. Well, obviously, he sent me one back too. But I mean,
Oh, he's out?
Yeah, he's out and he's gay. And so this is so cool to me, and I've never talked about this publicly before. Yeah. But when I was younger, I was in a flight simulator group with several guys. And I don't want to name their names because they're all out there and they all still exist. And several guys. And I'd say there's about 5 of us. There was me, this other guy, this other guy, this other guy, and this other guy. And we all like were hanging out on Flight Sim, and we played Flight Sim together for years. And like, turns out, like, I think 70% of us are gay, like practically all of us are gay. And there was one that was already gay and open and out. But all of us from that group are gay. And one of them was the guy that we like exchanged dick pics back when I was like 16 or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's out, and he's a pilot. He's a captain, I think, for an airline. So
do you find it odd to send dick pics?
I don't send them anymore.
No.
So, no, I don't send. No, it's too risky for me. I can't send dick pics. I can't.
Where'd your fascination with flight and flying come from? Because I'll share a little bit of a little bit of a teaser. Every flight that I've gone on that I felt a little afraid of, I've actually contacted Austin to ask about the airplane and check in on some of the stats behind the airplane to make sure it's a safe airplane. And he usually can answer within like 30 seconds a full description of what's going on with the airplane. So he knows a lot about airplanes. So going on that.
My friend's grandfather was a captain for Air India, and he flew the 747-200 series. And because I was so close to them and so close to their family, and I'm still so close to their family to this day, that inspired everybody. We were all into Flight Simulator at the time, and one of his relatives had worked for Microsoft, and they got us Flight Simulator X, and we were all into aviation. It was like a phase for them, but then it like became my passion. And because of that, I like started pursuing aviation seriously. And I always loved flying, and like I always kind of had this weird obsession with like I loved going through the airport and like going through security. I know it's like narcissistic, but I like love going through the airport and going through security, and like I would record takeoffs like with my like one of those cameras, one of the handheld cameras, with the little screen on them.
That's cool.
And I just love traveling and going through the whole process and everything, So it was which was great, So so yeah, that's kind of where it started, It had to do with my friend. So yeah. But
at any point, and this is like a Twitch question. I know there was a point where like certain emotes would piss you off. Does chat sometimes bother you at this point in your career in Twitch?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I'd say like, it just depends. I mean, not as much as it used to, but sometimes it gets under your skin. I mean, I'm only human, right?
Yeah.
So, sometimes it bugs me. It just depends. Can I go to the restroom real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Be right back. Intermission. Yeah. Do you have
I do. I have intermission. Yeah.
Oh, you want to take it now then? Okay, let's do it.
No, go ahead. Yeah, go pee. Go ahead. Hi, everyone. How's it going? Hi. How do I think it's going so far? I'm just talking to my friend. I just invited you guys to be here for it. Thank you, Loki. Thank you, Constrained Chaos, for the tier 1. Holy shit. Pog! Fuck yeah! Pog! Thanks, Ant. I'm in love with you too, Fafa. How am I doing, buddy? I'm doing great. I'm better now that you're here. It's been very informative. Thank you. Can we ask Raj a question for monetary? Sure. What's your other half? I know. Yeah, I live with Gondok. He's the recruiter for the Raj shows. That's my roommate. Dyson's eyes fell off? I know. Thank you, Loki. Giving a tier 1 to Just Vampy. Do you know Galaxy's Child? I don't. So when is Raj hitting the slots? Raj actually loves to gamble, but he just doesn't do it very often.
All right, I'm back.
All right, welcome back. We can go back to this.
So what were we talking about? Sorry, that's my train of thought.
I was asking if Twitch chat bothered you.
No. I mean, most of the time it doesn't, but sometimes it does. Just depends. I've been very lucky. Twitch chat's been very nice to me. So, I mean, look, I mean, there are some people that Twitch chat is not very kind to, including me at times, but most of the time it's been a positive experience. So,
thank you, Peach.
So, yeah. It's been very, very good. Very positive.
How long have you been on this fitness journey of yours? Because you got that wagon that people just can't resist nowadays.
Well, wagon has nothing to do with my fitness journey. It's just natural. My butt is just natural.
It's always been like that?
Yeah, I've always had I mean, I don't think I even have like an exceptional butt.
Oh, fuck off, dude. You know how many times I've been in the same hotel room as this guy where he's like walked around in his fucking underwear, just pressing his ass out and feeling his fucking chest up? Give me a goddamn... Oh, fuck off. Give me a goddamn break.
I don't wear my underwear in front of people. It would just be in my sweatpants. But you gotta admit, I look pretty good, Joe. Come on.
Yo, even the last time in Boston when you were sick, you're like...
I did look good.
I look pretty fucking good, don't I? I'd be like...
Joe, you gotta give it to me.
What?
Come on, Joe. I look pretty good at the time.
Yeah, you look good, but I look good too.
I know you did. You're sexy, Joe.
But you called me a fucking otter.
I did. Yeah, well, that's not an insult. It's just what you are. No, but I've been on this fitness journey for over a year now. I've got a personal trainer, and he's been helping me. And yeah, I mean, I have not worked out, honestly. When did quarantine start?
2 months ago, 2.5 months ago.
I've not had a workout since March, the end of March.
You haven't worked out at all?
Nope, not a solid workout.
You must be hurting, right?
I'm losing it.
Yeah.
Big time. So I've got a lot of work to do. It'll probably take me about a month and a half to get my body back.
But you're still in good, like, you've been eating well, I would hope.
No, I haven't been eating well. I haven't been eating bad, but I just haven't been eating enough.
Have you been
like I haven't gained any weight. I'm probably losing muscle. So like I could probably, like, right now I could probably do some push-ups and curls and shoulder and back exercises, and then and some sit-ups, and then I could go in the mirror and snap a picture, and I'd look probably okay, but not as good as like the picture that you saw on Twitter. Like that was probably like the best shape I've been in my life.
Was that an old photo?
No, that was current. I took it that same day I posted it.
Were you always fit, or is this like a new thing for you?
I played soccer from the time I was like 11 till I was 18. Since I was 4, but like competitively from 11 to 18. People call it football in Europe. But yeah, I was a competitive soccer player. I traveled and you know, we competed in tournaments out of state and stuff.
Why don't you drink alcohol?
Not because I don't like alcohol, not because I have anything against alcohol, just because I just don't like the taste of it, to be completely honest.
Yeah.
I don't like the taste of it. And it just makes you feel like shit. So it gives me anxiety. I don't know. And it makes you feel really happy and fun and giddy for like a few minutes, and then like it's over, and then you're puking, you know? So
but do you prefer other things though? Like the pots?
Yeah, marijuana is something that I prefer over drinking, but truthfully, I would prefer to be sober.
Yeah.
Like when I go to events and stuff, I'm very sober. Like I don't do anything.
No, you don't.
But I'm still fun, right? I'd like to think so, right?
You're okay.
Like I'd like to think that I'm still fun and like I feed off the energy of people around me. So
you can definitely captivate a room when you're sober. I can only do that when I'm drunk, and I usually am blackout at that point. So
yeah, I mean, and I don't do, like, a lot of people don't drink because they're like, oh, I don't believe, and they have like some moral reason for it. I just don't drink because I don't like the taste.
Well, you encourage your friends to drink when you're with them, like Kirk.
Not really. No, I don't. No, I mean,
go have another old fashioned, Kirk. Come on.
Yeah, but that's Kirk. Kirk, you don't have to encourage Kirk to drink. Come on now. Be honest with you. Let's be honest with ourselves here.
Actually, true.
Kirk, I know he enjoys. It's like it's something I know he enjoys. I'm not going to be the type of guy that's going to be like, drink, you son of a bitch. Come on, pussy.
Drink it, pussy.
I'm like, hey, it's a great day. It's a beautiful day. Kirk, have another drink. Let's relax. It's not gonna be. Kirk just loves drinking, so I'll hey, have another drink. I love your company. Let's have another drink. You know. So So you know.
Yeah, Kirk needs no encouragement.
He doesn't need no encouragement. He can drink, you know, on his own. No need for any guidance on that. So, but
what's something that you don't normally share with because this is the thing is obviously you being a host, right? You don't really get the opportunity to just be yourself. You kind of have to play this role, not really a role, because you are, I would say you're the same person inside and outside of your show. You're consistent, right?
Yes.
And I think you're I think a lot of people don't get that.
I think that's wrong. I don't think I'm the same person in my show. I think I'm a much more like how do I say this? I'm a much less fun person when I'm hosting my show.
Yes, agreed. That's
out of like that's out of necessity, you know?
Well, you don't want to overshadow your guests.
Right. So I'll tell you something that I don't usually share. As a host of my show, I feel it sucks. So, well, how do I say
Don't say
this?
that. He's redacting that
I
statement.
rescind that. I redact that. Redacted. This part of it sucks is I really want like people to know me, but I have to play the role of the bad guy, sort of like the policer, the person that delegates and stops people when something is like probably pretty funny, but it can't be said because I will get banned or TOS or whatever. So like I have to be that guy, and it's unfortunate because it's just the way the world we live in, and I have to, I take what people say with the best of intentions.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, the world we live in, that's not always true. So, people, if somebody says the wrong thing, it could be skewed and twisted, and you could get banned for it.
Yeah.
So that really sucks that I have to do that. But it's okay. I'm okay with it because the channel, if I don't do that, then the channel won't exist. But I really do wish that like people would get to know me. So I'll probably create like a second channel. I think
you will create a second
I feel
channel.
like I'm much better and much more enjoyable on other people's streams.
A lot of people have been saying that about you.
Yeah, and I think it's true. Because on my show, my job, and I feel like my job is not to it's not about me. My show's not about me, right? Like, of course I'm creating it and I'm producing it, but it's not about me.
Yeah.
It's about it's about my guests. So what I have to do during my show is I need to make sure that they're getting the attention and the light is on them, not me. My role as the host is to delegate that conversation and guide it in a direction and so which that my guests are, elevated to the best version of themselves on my show.
Agreed.
Or whether, I mean, that's arguable, right? Maybe people would say they're not the best version of themselves on my show, but the most entertaining version, I suppose, on my show. And that's my role. So in that, I'm not showing myself really, my true self, and it's not like I'm being fake. It's just I'm playing the role of, intentionally like being in the background, not trying to overshadow anybody else,
Right.
So, and it kind of, the reason I said earlier that it sucks is it's like I really want people to know me, but at the end of the day, like I've got a great job, and I've got a great show, I feel. So
I agree. I mean, but the thing is like when I met you as Austin, right? And so I thought Austin was the funniest. Austin and Kirk, this duo that I met, were two of the funniest fucking people I've ever met in my entire life because they were naturally funny and they didn't have to try to be funny. They were just funny as they were, right? And I think the rest of Twitch is seeing that you are actually just a funny fucking dude, right? And a lot of people want to see that more often. And I have to agree, I have to agree. I think you don't even know when you're funny. That's how funny you are. I think you're actually kind of stupid because sometimes you're so funny that you're so stupid that you can't even realize that you're being funny. And then people have to be like, hey, Austin, you're kind of being funny right now. And then you're like, huh? What? So you're so stupid and ignorant that you don't even know when you're being funny and you're being funny.
I think I know what I'm doing when I do that.
You think so? Okay.
I don't want to say that I think it's part of it. Because you don't want people to know, like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't.
Yeah.
You got to play, part of it's you got to be dumb,
You got to be dumb.
Yeah. I would say Kirk is one of the most funny people I know. He's the funniest guy I know. He's hilarious and incredibly underrated. And it drives me to the point of insanity that people don't know Kirk the way I know Kirk. Because if you did know Kirk the way I know Kirk, he would be one of the most popular people on Twitch. 100%.
I agree. 100%.
Kirk just hasn't been able to put himself in a position where he's he's done really well for himself, but like I think he's much bigger than he is on Twitch, you know. So
well, Kirk also has
met him. Well, you'll nobody. If you don't like Kirk, that's a you problem. It's not a Kirk problem. It's a you problem. So
Kirk has become. So this is usually how I'll preface how events usually work, right? Kirk, Austin, and I will go to an event, and I will spend all of my time with Kirk. Okay, and Kirk and I will go get drunk. We'll go get fancy food together. We'll smell each other's farts, and then we'll meet up with Austin and we'll go do something else or whatever. But most of the time, I usually rest my arm around Kirk's shoulders, and he guides me around events or anything in life in general, right? I have videos of Kirk wearing socks over his ears, singing lullabies to me while I lay in a couch, okay? So he's a sweet human being. But he's also got the most infectious laugh I've ever heard in my entire life. Kirk's laugh...
Oh, yeah.
And his gentle beard is unlike anything the world has seen before. And good old Bearsy gets to enjoy it very often. So, lucky her.
He does. He's got a beautiful beard. And I've traveled the world with this guy, Kirk. I mean, I've had so many, the best of times with Kirk ever. I mean, I have so many amazing moments. And it's such a it's so awesome to have a friend like Kirk. I mean, I just am so lucky to have a friend like, and I'm not even it's crazy because he's a guy, obviously, and I'm attracted to men, but God, I could not be more unattracted to a person sexually than Kirk. And that's not because he's an unattractive guy, but it's just I'm just not attracted to him. And that's what's so beautiful about it is because, and he feels the same way, but that's what's so beautiful about it is we have I've never been more loved a person so much. How do I say this without seeming like we're romantically involved?
Well, no. Like emotionally cared and loved about someone's well-being and health.
Yeah. Like that I have from a friend standpoint, that I have with Kirk, and it has nothing to do with attraction at all.
Yeah.
So it's like a really cool, it's a cool thing. And I met him, the way we met, I mean, I met him, I was in college, and I was, in my dorm room, and Kirk was playing. I even have the video. I actually have the video if you want to.
Yeah, send me the video.
When he was playing I have the clip, I believe. It might've been a highlight. Yeah, it was a highlight. It was Lord Kirk and the band, and he sang "Can't You See," with his band in this trailer. Here it is, found it. And after I watched this live. And after I watched this live, I like literally got in my car and I drove down to meet him and all his family in this trailer because I was like. So after, I don't know if you want to play this.
I'm gonna play it. Yeah, hold on.
So
hold on 1 second.
I don't know if you want me to talk over it or whatnot.
You can. Here, well, let me do this real quick.
Oh my God, Candyland's rating you.
Oh my God, hi Candyland, how are you? Thanks for the raid, girl.
We got to do the interview for another hour.
We got to go another hour.
Yeah, we got to go another hour.
Okay. Hi everyone.
So I can talk over this if you want.
Go ahead. Yeah.
So Kirk was playing this with his band this was 2014, I think it was. And he was playing this with his band, and I was like, oh my God, this guy's so incredible. And we had been talking online and, for a bit. And after this song, I literally was like, hey, I'm going to come down and hang out. So I literally drove 3 hours, and we hung out and just hit it off after that. And then we ended up traveling together, and we went to London. RuneFest was the first event that we went to, and we've been on so many trips together. Every trip that I go on, Kirk's got to be there.
Yep,
he's got to be there. And even if I have to pay for it, I don't care. Kirk's got to be there.
This is Kirk.
Yeah, this is Kirk right here.
Kirk also, not to stand Kirk, but I definitely stand Kirk and his voice. I love hearing Kirk sing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's incredible. He's got an incredible voice. He's incredibly talented. And one of my goals in life, sort of, is not to, you know, he can do everything. He's got his own thing. But like, if one of the things I would be so happy with, he's the one person that I hope would be able to gain something. Well, I mean, how do I say this? I really hope that Kirk is able to make something more than he's done very well for himself, but like even more than what he's done to this point. And I hope that I can help him do that with my platform. And if not, I hope he gets it from somewhere else, you know. But yeah.
I here. Let me get back to this stuff real quick. I actually I wanted to pull someone in here real quick. I want to see if he's available. So. We'll see if this works. Hi again, Candy again. Thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate that immensely, Candy. You are very sweet. Thank you so much, Candyland, for the raid.
What's wrong with my camera?
I don't know. You got to turn it on, baby. There you are. Okay, let me see if this works. I invited Kirk.
He's not. There's no way he's awake.
I texted him. I said, wake up at 1 o'clock. I'm gonna call his ass right now.
1 o'clock Central?
Yeah. No. Oh,
Pacific?
fuck! I said 1.
Yeah. He's not gonna. No.
Hold on.
You told him 1 o'clock Pacific. He's asleep.
He's asleep.
Oh yeah. There's no waking up Kirk.
Fuck. Well, that was a failure.
Literally, Kirk sleeps through anything. No, good luck. Don't even.
No,
give up.
we were talking. He texted me earlier. He says, I woke up too early, so I set an alarm, but give me a good time to set my alarm. I said, do 1 Oh, fuck. You know what I did? I said 1 p.m. his time.
Yeah,
Fuck.
Yeah, he listened to you, but you just told him the wrong time.
I told him the wrong time, yeah.
Yeah. Sleep well, Kirk.
Rest well,
Sleep
Kirk.
well, Kirk. He's not waking up, folks. F's in the chat. He's not waking up.
Well,
There's
I think
no waking up Kirk. Kirk is like ask his girlfriend in the chat. He's the most scary person to wake up on the planet. It's like waking a grizzly bear. It's just not fun to do. It's just not fun.
Not only that, but like he is a grizzly bear.
Yeah. So it's so funny because he's so scary to wake up that I really truly have to feel like I have a purpose that serves him to wake him up. Does that make sense? Like I have to feel like there's a cause to wake up. I couldn't just wake him up to be like, hey, let's go get a bite to eat, or hey, let's go, I just want to hang out. Or hey, it has to be like, hey, Kirk, we have a fucking flight in 2 hours. Or Kirk, we have to go to this event right now. There's no ifs,
there's no questions about it.
You said you were going to do this. We have a dinner. Kirk, we have this. That's the only way I can get him to there's no way I could feel like just waking him up out of his slumber to not do something that's important, So
the thing about Kirk is, and I don't want to, this is about you, right? And it obviously, but Kirk is like it's all a big smorgasbord of love. But the thing I'll say about Kirk is the type of guy that if you say you're gonna do something and you don't do it, he will fucking drop you. So and I love that about Kirk because, and I'll share an experience, and I won't go into too much detail about it, but there was an experience that I had with Kirk where I was with him and I said I was going to do something. And while we were doing it, I tried to back out of it because I realized I fucked up. And then Kirk looked me in the eyes and he said, Joe, if you ever do something like this again, I will fucking drop you. He's like, you cannot go back on what you said. He said, you have to stick to what you said and you have to do it. And I'll never forget, we were both super fucking drunk, like beyond inebriated, okay? And I remember fighting with Kirk. We fought. This is the first time I ever fought with Kirk. And I remember telling you about it like a week after.
I've fought with Kirk before.
Yeah, and we fought fucking throat. It could have broken out into fists at any point. All right? And then we got back to where we were staying and we talked about it, and I said he was right, because Kirk is a man of dignity, okay?
Very much.
And he if he says he's going to do something, he will do it. If he says that he does not want to do something, he won't do it. So if you go into a fancy nightclub and they want him to take his hat off, Kirk will not take his hat off, because he's set to that. And
he won't. He will not take his hat off, no matter what. If you go to a club with Kirk and they ask him to take his hat off, he could be walking in with the president of the United States, and he would leave. I guarantee you. He could be walking in to meet the person that he's always wanted to meet, and if they would say, sir,
he won't do it.
Walk away.
Yep. He won't let it happen. And I respect that. I respect that about him.
I do. And it pisses me off sometimes because we've been in places where we can't do something because Kirk won't come in because they tell him to take his fucking hat off.
He won't do it.
Right? And he won't do it, but I respect it. I respect it.
He did it once, though.
Yeah, he sometimes.
Yeah.
But usually I got to make something up. Like, no, come on, really?
He's got a condition. Yeah.
He's got a condition that he can't take his hat off. It's very rare.
It's glued to his head.
Very rare condition.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, Kirk is a very genuine, real person. He doesn't care who you are, what you come from, how much money you have. He just likes the people he likes because he likes them, you know? So,
what were some of your favorite moments from the Rajj show? Like, what are some of the moments that stand out to you the most that you'll always remember? That really put you in the mindset you're in right now? Like, what jumps out to you that makes you feel really special about what you do?
Oh, man. Like specific moments?
No. Like an emotion. Like, I mean, recently you've been talking lately about like your parents watching the show, right?
Yeah.
And like your dad will text you and be like, "I like that one guy," or something like that, you know? What are some moments that really like bring you back and you're like, holy shit, this is fucking awesome? Like, do you feel like that every time you have a show?
Oh god, I mean the 70K show was amazing.
Yeah,
like it was like incredible. It was like I know it just happened recently, but like the entire community was together on that. Like everything like came together in that moment and like just like collided on that moment, you know? So it was like it was crazy. Like Pokimane was there. Creek was, I mean, everybody, like, I know it was kind of like a toxic ending to the show, but like it was just kind of everybody was watching that show and it felt really cool. I mean, and it was just like validation for what we had done.
Yeah.
So that was a really cool moment.
Because some of them were streaming at the time too.
Yeah. Some of them were watching and streaming. And that my show, like that's something that they want to watch. That's like really cool, you know? But specific moments, it's really hard to think of. I can't really think of like a moment. It was like, wow, you know, there's so many. I mean, it was like so many moments where you're just kind of like on cloud 9 after a show's over, you know?
What was it like meeting like some of the new groups that you've been hanging out with or becoming like closer with, like the Misfits and the Lunch Club? Because now this is like the YouTube, it's like a YouTube sensation is like making a huge impact on Twitch and especially in just chatting. So what have some of your interactions been like with all of them?
I mean, I got introduced to these guys, via Carson. I started, you know, talking with Carson or whatever, and he came on the show back in October of last year. I mean, I've had the opportunity to hang out with I hang out mostly with I got to hang out with the Misfits and the Lunch Club. And these guys are genuine, real people. I didn't know, if I not known who they were beforehand, I wouldn't have felt like I was hanging out with, like, these people have millions of followers on Twitter, on YouTube, and it just felt like I felt very comfortable in that environment. Like, I felt like I was just one of the boys, you know. And not to say that like nobody should ever make you feel like you're anything less, but still, it was just really cool to have the opportunity to hang out with people that are just so genuine. So I've had a lot of great experiences. The dinners that I've been through with the Misfits are incredible. I mean, the most incredible dinners you could ever have.
Really?
If you ever have a chance in your life to go to dinner with the Misfits, it is an incredible experience.
Okay.
I mean, so the food is just it's just amazing. Ryan, who's the manager, is just, he's so awesome, and he treats you like royalty.
Yeah.
And so I've had some really awesome dinners and great times, and we've only hung out a couple of times, but they've been great experiences. So I had an opportunity to get real close to them, so that's been really cool.
And then with that, obviously, like, I feel like more so recently than ever, there's been a lot of like drama associated with people that have been on your show a lot, right?
Who?
Like the Caterino Carson Fitz thing was like an example of one thing. And then obviously, like, you've had other people on your show, which people obviously like try to pin a lot of it and say like, well, they're on Raj's show, so it's Raj's fault, you know?
I don't think people try to pin me for
you
that.
Don't. Yeah, I've heard there's both sides, right? Like, people act like they do.
Some people, I mean, very few, but I mean, in regards to like the Caterino Carson thing, I mean, look, that didn't happen because of my show, right?
Yeah,
like they would have collaborated and met even if it wasn't for my show, right? So in fact, I think they knew each other before my show even happened.
They did, yeah.
So yeah, I mean, that's just nonsense. If you know, I don't really know what to say on that. I don't think people really think that, though.
But with that being like a thing, would that ever like being brought up or anything like that? Like, you've had articles written about you, right? And I know you're like, I know how you feel about press, right?
Sure.
So like, first off, is it kind of surreal to see, like, I know it's Dexerto, but like, is it kind of surreal to see like articles written about you that could be taken in like a bad sense, or how do you typically handle those things?
I think people look, I mean, the media is going to write what they're going to write. I mean, and I mean, specifically, I'm sure you're referring to the Kotaku article.
Twitch's premier trashy reality TV show host.
Yeah. Look, I mean, they just, a lot of them, look, it's they're gonna write what they're gonna write, you know, and they're entitled to their opinion, and that's all I'll say on it. You know, it's the freedom of speech, freedom of the press. So
where do you see yourself taking the Rajj show in the next, like, let's go like 6 months? Where do you see, like, what kind of crazy shit do you have planned that's coming up that you can talk about?
I have just recently, God, how do I say this? I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about this.
What about if you talk about it like it's not actually happening?
I have a lot of projects that I'm working on that will, like, people probably think that I'm just sitting in my bathtub smoking weed or whatever, but I've got a lot of projects that I'm working on, and there will be new shows coming out. Not all of them will be on my channel. I'm committed now to I can't tell you what it is or where it's going to live, but a very exciting show that I am going to be hosting, but it won't be on my channel. And it's still in development, but that'll be happening. You might see a little bit more of that. You might see the future be Rajj, the host, or Austin, I should say, the host of a show that doesn't live on, it'll be on Twitch, you know, but it won't be on my channel. So, it won't be on, the channel doesn't exist yet. But that there's going to be a part that looks like in the future. You're going to see new shows coming to my channel. I've talked about the escape room show that we're going to do. In the immediate future, you're going to see a season 2 of the talent show with some very exciting judges. Hopefully that comes. We're waiting for approval, but I'm hoping that the prize pool will be even bigger this time. I will also say that I'm hoping that we can land some really awesome guests for the Rajjchelor. I've got my eyes set on, some really awesome guests for that. And then like the longest shot, I hope one day that we could take one of the shows that we have and transform it and put it on television.
Wow.
Like a long shot goal.
That's a big task.
But I feel like it's actually possible. I don't know if you guys
too.
know, but there's a show tonight that's coming out on TLC called Love Live. And it kind of looks like my show. So really? I think we could do it better. And I think that that it's kind of cool that that's happening because it's opening up opportunities. Now the format kind of looks like my show. So be exciting to see tonight on TLC what that looks like.
That's pretty flattering.
Yeah, I don't think they copied me by any means. But yeah, it's kind of cool. So maybe one day. So those are just the things I'm thinking about.
There was that Bloomberg article that came out that talked about Twitch creating a dating show. Were you involved in that at all, or what's going on?
I can't comment on that, but I can tell you that I don't think Twitch is going to come out with things that are going to compete with me directly.
Right.
So I can't comment on like specifically what they're
doing or anything like that.
Yeah, but I mean, they're not going to step on. They're not going to like.
Yeah.
If anything, maybe look to maybe perhaps Twitch and I could work together on some cool stuff, but I can't really say anything.
Right.
So
why did you have the same microphone for like 10 years, dude? Your microphone is actually fucking disgusting. Like
it's still it's the same microphone. It's just a different color.
No, it's a new microphone.
Yeah, but it's the same brand.
Yeah, but it's a new microphone. Like your old microphone was fucking.
Mic.
Do you have it still?
Yeah, it's over there. I don't want to show it. Because it's I'm gonna put it in a case, and like just I don't know. I'll show it off later.
You're gonna grow like a biome in there, dude. In that
I know.
case. It's gonna be fucking gnarly.
Yeah, I still have it. It's sitting over here. I'm gonna like case it as like the microphone that like that it all started from. So I've actually been through several of them, but that's the microphone that I had like in 2018 and everything.
So it's a few years old then.
Yeah. So
yeah. I mean, I just saw that you upgraded your setup. Like you actually have lighting now.
Yeah, but I just don't know what I'm doing when it comes to setup. I should just pay somebody to help me with my setup. Like I should be like, okay, this is what I need: a mixer, I need a new microphone, I need a boom. Just tell me what to buy, and can you come help me set it up? Maybe I should do that. So
I think what you have now is a lot better than what it was before. That's for sure.
It's a little bit of an upgrade, but the microphone still sucks, and the computer's the same. John told me what to buy. It's just I'm a little cheap, okay? All right, it's expensive, right? Like, come on, it's expensive, all right, John? It was like a $3,000 computer, okay? It's expensive.
Jesus, why the fuck do you need a $3,000 computer?
I should have a $3,000 computer because of like I should reinvest in myself. But it works, right? It works, right? Like most of the time, the show works without a hitch.
Yeah.
I know it's a business expense. I know.
You're gonna start a second channel soon, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Do you have a name picked out?
No, and even if I did, I wouldn't tell you. Just because somebody would take it.
Yeah.
But, no. And
then you're planning on doing what, like flight simulator and things like that?
Well, I don't have flight simulator installed.
Okay.
So, and the new one's not out yet, and I need a new computer for that, for sure. So, one of these days I'll get a new computer and I'll have a good setup for flight simulator. But I'm definitely going to stream that for sure. I'm definitely going to stream it. Are
you going to play other games like Call of Duty with Hassan and such too?
Maybe, but I'm going to go with my passions. It's going to be a channel where I just do what I want to do, and I don't really care about the viewership or anything like that. It's just a second channel, and I just get to hang out and chill, you know?
What if that channel becomes bigger than your current channel?
I could see it becoming more profitable than my other channel. From a sub and donation standpoint.
Yeah.
Like that's what I could see.
I was going to say, because you have like no subs, right?
I mean, I have some subs. Come on, Joe. I mean,
are there any subs in this chat of Raj's, or?
There might be some. You know, there's some subs in here. You know, there's some subs, but I get it. My channel goes live once or twice a week, you know.
Yeah.
Not many emotes, you know. It makes sense.
I imagine subbing to Raj. Yeah, because you're subbing to a millionaire, right?
That's not true.
I know. I was gonna say he only lives in a 9-bedroom house, okay, and only has 15 acres of land. That's not in an Olympic-sized swimming pool. And his butler
on, now
is
you're really exposing me, Joe. Don't tell him about the Olympic-sized swimming pool.
His butler is very attractive. Only because.
God. The only reason I want a pool is so I can have a pool boy.
He'd be full-time too, right?
Yeah, he'd be full-time. He'd make a 6-figure income. He'd really be. It'd be the best paid pool boy in the country. Seriously, I'd love that. Oh my God, that'd be so cool. It'd have to be somebody. They'd have to like me though. They'd have to like me.
They have to
like
appreciate
some
you.
Really hot guy to just clean my pool. You know.
It'd be clean, but he'd still be cleaning it.
Exactly, he'd still be cleaning it. You know.
And he'd drive around in a golf cart.
Yeah, he would.
He would have a golf cart.
In just booty shorts.
Ooh.
Yeah. Reese would not clean my pool. Sorry, I'm just reading the chat.
No, it's fine. I actually I want to open it up to the chat to be able to ask you questions. Is that cool?
Okay, yeah, sure.
Okay, I'm gonna full screen you. Hold on one second. And then Kirk and Joe. Yeah. Raj already expressed that he would own an estate and have rooms for Kirk and I at the estate.
Yeah, my dream is to build an estate that all my friends can live there for free.
Yeah. Okay, go for it, baby. Now, chat, this is the point where you can just ask Raj questions.
How did it flip? It was just one way, and now it's the other.
Well, because I did that.
Flip it back.
No.
Okay.
Chat, you can ask Raj questions now. Feel free to. And then you can answer what you want to, and you can answer what you don't want to. Or you don't have to answer everything.
Let's see the questions.
Go for it. I gotta get something to pee. I mean, I don't have to pee. I have to pee.
You have to get something to pee real quick?
Yeah, I have to get something to help me pee.
Do I have hair plugs? No. I don't have hair plugs. Let's see here. Sorry, I'm just trying to think of a question to answer. If you could meet somebody, hold on one second. Let's see. What's my? Oh gosh, sorry.
Hey, dude.
What's one?
Hey,
I'm
Austin?
sorry, I haven't answered any questions.
Yeah, I was gonna say you literally haven't fucking answered one question.
I know. I'm thinking of a question. I'm thinking of one I want to answer.
Why?
Like I want to answer a good one. I just can't.
Well,
think of one
just look at them and then pick one and then answer.
The hair plug question. I don't have hair plugs.
That's a terrible fucking question. Come on.
Raj, in your opinion, who is your most influential streamer that you look up to? Right now, the most influential streamer that I look up to. Man, I really like Pokimane. I think I really respect I really like and everything that offline TV has built is really cool. Like, they've built a very positive community and like an awesome empire. So I really respect the hell out of that. That's something I look up to. I really admire that. So, what makes for the best content on Twitch? Something that's unique and that's subjective, right? Like, my version of the best content on Twitch might be different from somebody else. You could just get a different answer from everybody. I think the best content is reality TV, and I think that something unique, something that stands out, something that we haven't seen before, and something that's original, I think, to some degree, at least for Twitch. Okay. What is my type? I kind of describe it sort of like I'd say thin, like not like super toned. Oh no, it's like toned, I should say, not super muscular. Not like crazy. I don't really like a ton of body hair. Not like crazy facial hair, really. Not really into that. And height wise, like I don't really have too much of a preference, but I'm 5'9", so hopefully not crazy much, like not too much taller than me. But I mean, I'm probably not too picky. Would you accept a Twitch deal? I can't. How do you feel about my boy Slicker? I mean, Slicker's made a great career for himself on Twitch, and he's doing very well. And he's a lot of fun to hang out with in real life. So I like Slicker a lot. Will you have an old school King of the Hill show again with random viewers coming on as guests? We still have the show where random viewers come on as guests. That's still a thing. But the difference now is we vet every guest that comes on. So we try to maximize the content. So there's the process to getting on the show takes a little bit longer. You can't really walk on anymore. But maybe we should change that, because I think we're missing out on quite a few people. Whatever, kiss Bob 7. No. Can I be your pool boy? Sure. Your parents' opinion on your sexuality. I have very supportive parents, and they just want me to be happy, so they don't care. And honestly, who gives a who? If you care about somebody's sexuality, shame on you. Seriously, shame on you, because it doesn't affect you. It doesn't affect you, and shame on you. You should want people to be happy. And I think that one of the greatest things anybody can do is realize that they are not like everybody. Not everybody is the same, and everybody's different, and everybody has different preferences, and you think you have different feelings than other people. And so I mean, just be accepting, accept people for who they are, and love people for who they are, you know? Mm-hmm. They're not always going to be like you.
Agreed.
I don't think Slicker left me at all. I think he, he's doing his thing. I wouldn't consider him leaving me. I don't think he left me. I would love to have. Oh, we're thinking about launching a couples show. So a show where we have the most iconic Twitch couples competing with one another. So like Maya and Miz, Melina and Nick, Ludwig and Cutie. Who else? Maybe Tyler and Michaela. And I've asked none of them about this, by the way. I've asked none of them, so they don't. So if you go to them being like, I heard you're gonna compete, I didn't ask any of them about it. So that's not, Michael and Lily, that's another couple. But like Melina and Steve, there you go. So yeah. What would you do if Twitch ended tomorrow? I would try to pursue something in the entertainment industry, continue to do what I've done on Twitch in the entertainment industry somehow. Maybe I'd go to a different platform and try to replicate it, because if Twitch just ended tomorrow, there'd still be a bunch of viewership from Twitch that would migrate somewhere else because they still like this type of content. So I'd probably go there, I think. But if I think what you mean by that question is, what if you couldn't do Twitch or you couldn't do entertainment? And I'd probably go into sales or something. I'd probably go into sales. I'd want a job that I could travel a lot and talk to people and socialize a lot. So I'd love to go to conventions. Like my dream job outside of streaming, outside of entertainment, would be just like I get to travel all around and make deals. I would love to do that.
Oh, you're a good negotiator too.
I'm kind of a pussy. So
you are a bit of a pussy. You are a huge swollen pussy. Yeah.
I just don't I don't know if I'm to be a negotiator, you got to have a nice set of balls.
What do you think of my balls, huh?
Joe's got a nice set of balls, but Joe's a little too aggressive. See, I'm a better balance than Joe, you know? Joe's too brash. I'm a little bit more Joe is bad cop all the time. He's all the time he's bad cop, you know? And that works sometimes, but you have to be a little good cop too, right? So that's it. Sorry, Joe, you've been attacking me the whole stream. I had to.
No, I have not been attacking you.
You've been attacking me. You've just been a ruthless.
I'm selling you as a person that isn't just a fucking game show host, dude. Get out of here.
I'm joking.
Yeah, you pussy.
So, what else?
Sorry.
I don't know what else to say. What other questions? Do you ever picture yourself having children? Well, I can tell you, having sex with men is not going to produce children. So but yeah, eventually maybe. I'd have to go a different route though, I think. I've been trying to get men pregnant for a long time and it's just not working out.
Just keeps falling out of them, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on. It's not working, but which is kind of cool, by the way. That's one of the awesome things about being gay, is you don't have to worry about pregnancy, you know?
True. A lot of guys
worry about STDs, but you don't have to worry about pregnancy.
A lot of guys have to worry about getting a girl pregnant or something, and you don't have to worry about that. You got to worry
about STDs. The biggest fear I'd say for a gay guy would be HIV or something. Mm-hmm. You still got to protect your pee-pee, as Jubby says. But yeah, you got to worry about that kind of stuff. So,
what's your worst sexual experience like?
Can you make my camera smaller for this question?
Yeah.
Feel on the spot.
Sure.
I told this before. I met this girl and we were friends. Well, we weren't even friends. We hooked up when I was in college and on a break or whatever. And then a couple of years later, we were both on break again. And she's like, hey, we should hang out. And I'm like, oh yeah, fuck yeah. I know what this means, you know?
Yeah, you want to fuck.
I'm gonna get it in. I'm gonna get it in, bro.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
I was still feeling like I was straight, you know?
Yep.
I'm gonna get it in, bro.
Yeah, get it.
So I invite her over to my parents' house, you know? My dad's at work or whatever. Mom and dad are at work. And she came over and we started by watching a movie on the couch, you know?
Okay.
One of those
dirty movie, or
it was one of those free movies on demand, you know?
Okay, yeah.
And we started watching one of those free movies on demand, one of those old movies from the 80s that you've never heard about, one of those old scary movies.
Yeah, that's dirty.
We started, you know, and then we started making out.
Yeah.
You know, getting at it.
Okay.
And we moved to the bedroom, you know, and she had better abs than I did.
That sucks. I hate when they have better abs than I do.
So, you know, we got down with it. I don't remember the details specifically.
Yeah.
But I just really couldn't. It was just awkward. I didn't know how to really move, and I couldn't get it up at all. I kind of got it up, and it was sort of half, and so I just I put my pathetic erection into a condom, and it was just not. And I just kind of shoved it in, and it just. She stopped in the middle of it, and she's like, "Is it me?" I was like, "Oh, God, no,
not you.
It's like putting a slug in a tissue, huh?
I'm just gay, you know.
Yeah.
And anyway, I faked an orgasm, and then that's it. And then she went home.
You faked
and
an
I
orgasm?
Never talked to her. I never talked to her again.
What was that like? Was that awkward?
No.
For you to fake an orgasm, or are you pretty good at that?
I like didn't know I came. Like I wasn't sure.
You were like, oh.
Yeah, like I just kind of like I didn't know I finished, you know. So yeah, I didn't know. Wasn't sure. It was horrible. Like, I don't know. Like I just didn't know. Like did I come or not? You know. It was that uneventful. So and that was the last time I had sex with a woman, and I didn't even have sex for another 2 years after that.
Wow.
And the next time I had sex, it was with a man, and I haven't turned back.
Boom. Drop the mic. You gotta.
Oh, I don't want to.
No, don't do that. Yeah. Wow.
I haven't turned back, and men, and you know what? I'm just gonna say it.
Just say it.
I'm gonna say it right now.
Just say it.
Thank you, Lord, for men. Thank you. Thank you, Lord, for men. Men are so fucking hot and sexy. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Men. I love men. Thank you, men.
Are you a top or a bottom?
I'm a top. Mostly. I mean, I'm open to bottoming one day, but
I texted you the other day about butt stuff.
Yeah.
But you didn't. You ignored me.
I need. Look, I'll be honest. Like, if I need advice, I would go ask Jubby for advice.
Oh, really?
Yeah. In fact, I did ask him. I was like, I want to order a toy. What should I order? And he's like, sis, let me show you. And like, he pulled out like an entire catalog of ass blasting apparatuses.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I was like, holy shit. He's like, I have one for this time, and if you're feeling like this, like he had one for every occasion, holidays.
Holy shit.
Themed events, you know.
Like a Halloween version.
Yeah, it was great. They were color coordinated.
Wow.
It was awesome. But yeah, he's got a lot of experience. He's a professional bottom. In fact,
is he
I'm
really?
Convinced, yes, Jubby is such a. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Like he even told me. I hope you're not. Are you okay with me exposing you like this, Jubby? But he even told me. He's like, sis, my dick is not even present in the act of sex. Like it stays in the jock strap. You don't even see it. That's how much of a bottom he is. Like he said, like it's not even a part of the equation. He's such a bottom. He doesn't even touch it. Like that's how much of a bottom he is. I've never met somebody that's more of a bottom than Jubby.
Oh
like
my God.
He's such a bottom. There's nothing top about Jubby. Like it just has no use whatsoever. Like he doesn't even touch it. So,
wow,
crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. Which, like he can finish without even touching it. I don't even know how that works.
Fuck?
It's a thing. It's a thing. It's a thing. Yeah, it's a thing. Trust me, I've been there.
But, have you?
Oh, I mean,
no.
I've been on the other end.
Yeah, you.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah.
You were the wrong person to ask then.
Yeah. Yeah, you were. You should definitely ask Jubby for sure.
Because I said, you've never had anything up your ass, right? Because I'm curious how it feels. I've only put a finger in there in the tub.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I've probably had something up there, just like maybe a cabbage. Not a cabbage. Sorry, like a
what?
Like a what do you call it? A zucchini or something.
You put a zucchini?
Okay, let's not talk about it. All right. Okay. I was curious, all right, and I didn't have any.
You put a zucchini in your ass?
It was much easier to buy a zucchini than it was because you went to the store and then but they just I looked so guilty at the store, like I was buying something to put in my ass for some reason. Like it just looked like it. So I bought like a zucchini and like a bottled water. It just looked like I was buying something to put in my butt.
I worked at a Walgreens when I was like 16, and this dude came in and bought a plunger, rubber gloves, and Vaseline one time, and I had no idea what he bought it for. I found out like 3 years later.
Really?
Yeah.
A plunger, a what?
A plunger, rubber gloves, and Vaseline.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Why?
that guy fucking partied. That guy partied.
Yeah, he did. Evidently.
How did you fit a cabbage up your ass?
I didn't put a cabbage in my ass.
Oh. Do you only hire people on your payroll like Gondok who fuck inanimate objects like cupcakes?
He fucks a cupcake?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Learn something every day, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I didn't know that.
Oh, okay.
No, I didn't know. I just learned that.
What advice would you have for new streamers on the platform?
I get asked this question a lot. I think a lot of streamers do. If you are looking to stream on Twitch, take a look at everything that is happening and then don't do that. Seriously, like don't do that. If you have like if you want to do something on Twitch, look at everything and then don't do it. Cuz that like unless like be innovative, create something new, and whatever that thing is, hopefully it like appeals to a lot of different people, I suppose. But yeah.
Awesome. I don't have any other questions for you.
Okay, well, thank you for having me, Joe.
Has this been? You were so nervous for no reason?
I really wasn't nervous. Yeah, no, I really wasn't that nervous. I slept very good last night. I wasn't nervous about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew it was fine.
Yeah, because the entire like week up to this, you were like texting me and being like, "What's?"
I just wanted to know the questions. That's all. I just didn't know what you were gonna ask me.
Yeah, so, I mean, I wasn't. I respect you. I mean, you could have at least brushed your hair today.
My hair looks great, Joe. It's a look. It's a look. I will say this.
Yeah.
I have a show coming out Wednesday. JD Ann is the Rajjchelor.
Ooh. JD Ann.
Rajjchelorette. She's the Rajjchelorette. JD Ann is the Rajjchelorette. This Wednesday.
Is there anything you want to say to me before I let you go?
Thank you, Joe. You're a fabulous interviewer.
You think so?
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Are you just saying that?
No, I thought it was great. I don't know what a good interview looks like, to be honest.
I don't know either.
It felt good. Felt good. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being
please
here.
support my friend Joe. What are you gonna do? You streaming after this? Or are you done?
I'm kind of hungry. The weather's nice out here in Texas. So I kind of want to go out for a drive.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking about. Yeah, thinking about going for a drive. The weather's kind of nice. So.
All right.
What do you got going on for the day?
Just probably gonna eat, and that's it. Yeah.
I've been doing squats lately. Do you mind giving me
doing a couple of squats?
Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna do squats.
Okay. All right.
You'd have to pay me for that.
How much?
A lot.
Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Getting to Know Raj. Thanks for being here, baby. I appreciate you, man. I really do.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Joe.
Since I started on Twitch when we were sitting in your kitchen and we were hanging out, and I was like, you guys were like, you should try Twitch, and I did it. I really didn't want to interview you. I really did not want to interview you because I didn't want it to seem nepotistic.
What does that mean?
Nepotistic is like using you to my advantage, like for a game that I have. Like I did not want to do that.
Would just shut up about that shit.
Yeah, but I didn't want to make it seem. I did not want to do that because I didn't want to make it seem like I was using you. So
I waited 30.
I waited 38 episodes to interview you.
With 38 episodes?
Yeah, 38 interviews I waited to interview you. You're the 38th person that I've interviewed.
I hope it was worth it.
It was worth it. I waited. I waited for you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Joe.
Yeah, thank you for being here. And I can't wait to see you soon. Hopefully sooner than later. Sooner than later.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Love you, Joe. Thank you.
Love you too, baby. Have a nice day. Take care, baby.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. All right, ladies and gentlemen. That was that was Raj. Thanks for joining me today. That was fun. I appreciate you all. It was fun. Feels rather gay calling Rajj your golden Ferrari. Well, anyways. So I'm Joe. I know a lot of you are Rajj fans and stuff, and I appreciate you all coming out here and hanging out with me. It's really sweet of you. I stream every day. God, I appreciate you all calling me sexy. I mean, I don't think I've ever been hit on this much in my entire life. You guys make me feel attractive. Thank you. Yeah, I stream every day. And I do interviews. Thank you. I do interviews, and I also just fuck around and gamble and do other shit too. I do the morning cup of Joe. Just facts we aren't lying. Yeah, I know. Hey, thanks. Very entertaining. Yeah, I hope it was. Thank you again, Candyland, for the raid. And we're all gay for you. I mean, I have a girlfriend, but I guess I could be swayed. I have been curious. You think I dropped my jewel? No, I can't do that. You're so entertaining. Wow, Fafa, you are a sweet little dove. Yeah. It's been cool. Open relationship? No. I'd let you try to impregnate me. Okay. I don't understand how I'm not Rajj's type. The fuck is that shit, huh? It's kind of fucking rude, isn't it? Fuck that guy. I'm really sad because I wanted to bring Kirk on here, and I even coordinated with Kirk, but just didn't happen. And that's okay. You're too manly. I know. He's playing hard to get. I assume so. I'm just too hairy. I need to shave everything off of my body. Everything. Wasn't he here sub during the show? You know what? I'm gonna call him out now. Kirk, you were here. I saw you. I could tag your name. And you didn't even fucking acknowledge it. You piece of shit. Fucking piece of shit. First time here, was a really fun stream. Dude, thanks. Yeah, I stream every day. Guys, you can come hang out with me and watch me be a degenerate most of the time. I love Twitch. Twitch is really fun. I'm kind of new to it. It's been about 6 months. I've been streaming every day for about 4 months now. And I've been really having a great time. I've met a lot of great people. And I'm very grateful to be here. I'm grateful to have really cool people like you here. I mean, it's flattering. I mean, honestly, dude, it's flattering as fuck when you have the bald apparel come out. I mean, eventually. Check redemptions. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I mean, you guys can catch me here. You know, maybe sometimes I'll poke on Rajj's show every once in a while and say hi or something like that if you want me to. Yeah, boost my ego. Boost my ego. I want an ego, please. You're so hot. God, you just keep saying I'm fucking hot. God, you're fucking gassing me up right now, dude. Holy shit. I think I'm like, aren't I too old for the Rajj show? Aren't I too old? You look like my bald teacher. I wake up to a morning cup of Joe each morning. Yeah. God, it's fucking hot in here. Holy shit. It's just so hot in here right now. Why is it so... Oh my god, it's just so fucking... God, it's just so hot in here. Man. I guess I'm lucky I'm not a partnered streamer. I'd get banned or something, huh? Jesus. Unzip it? Unzip what? What are you talking about? Yeah, so this has been fun. I'll break the stigma. I am 30 years old, okay? I'm not 40, okay? So fuck Raj for saying that. You son of a bitch. All right. Wrong website, I know. So, you're so young and beautiful. Thank you. 30 is the new 20? Thank you. I guarantee, I'm gonna look, I want to look like George Clooney when I'm 40, though. I want to look like George Clooney when I'm 40. If I don't look like George Clooney when I'm 40, I'm doing something fucking wrong. Like, that's the reality. Stacko, I might have to ignore it. It's a beautiful day outside. And I really, really, really want to go out for a drive. You look good for 43 years? Well, I am Middle Eastern, so maybe I will have some good looks to me. For a while, at least, hopefully. Hopefully I'll be good looking for a while. Drive stream? No. No. Take me for a drive, baby. You want to go for a drive? Can you rate Alina? I don't know who that is. Why are you ending? Raid Bob 7. Why am I ending? Well, I want to go for a ride. Who should we raid, guys? And please do me a favor, follow me on Twitter. It's Joseph. I'm working on getting the right name. And then Instagram, hey, I'm Joe. And then also join my Discord. Let's stay in touch. I'd like to see all of you here more often. I stream every day, like I said. Raid Van. Raid the stock guy. Raid Canute. Get that camera with you on your ride. What are you talking about? You want me to take this camera with me? Yeah. Raid Bob 7. Closer. I can see you're bald in 4K. There are some subs in here. But I do think that this emote needs to become more popularized, so
hey, a little less conversation, a little more action, please. All this aggravation is satisfaction in me. A little more bite, a little less bark, a little less fight, a little more. All right,
let's do this. No favoritism involved or any sort of bias, but I do think I have a very loving emote, okay? And I think we need to share more kisses on the platform than anything else. So, Joe Pucker's in the chat. All right? All right. Let's go do this. Let's send you all to someone I actually do want to interview. If you can introduce me to him. I do want to interview Van Sama. So let's go raid Van Sama. And say Joe wants to interview you. Let's make it happen. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much. I love you all. It's been a fucking honor. I will see you all tomorrow morning.
Aggravation ain't satisfaction in me. A little more bite, a little less spark, a little less fight, a little more spark. Close your mouth and open up your heart, baby, satisfy me.